Hello, and in today's video we're going to be having a look at the ECC exam, and once again we're going to be focusing on the writing. However, this time it's instead of the essay we're going to be having a look at the letter. So remember, in your ECC exam you have to choose between an essay or a letter. So this video would be very good for you if you have just decided to take your ECC and you want to learn about the writing, or even if you've been studying ECC for a while, because I'm going to be going over a model answer and also giving you some tips at the end of the video to boost your writing and improve your letter writing in particular. Let's have a look at the facts, shall we? First of all, you have 30 minutes to write your letter. Now, this isn't a lot, or email, letter or email I should say, but you have 30 minutes to do it, which I think is plenty of time. It's not a lot of time, but it's a fair amount. You are instructed to write about 1 page, and once again for this level, the B2 level kind of thing, you're looking between 160 to 200 words. So I would say you definitely shouldn't be writing less than that. That's a big no-no. And again, you don't want to be writing too much more than that. And lastly, you write in pencil. Okay, so let's have a look at the kind of tasks that they give you. Well, first of all, the thing to remember, you may know with a letter or an email, they are usually formal or informal. They are informal if you're writing to someone you know, like a family member or a relative or a friend, and they are formal, if you are writing to someone that you don't know, or maybe someone who is in a higher position than you that you've got to show a little bit of respect to, like your boss. And in ECCE, they do tend to be more formal letters than informal. In fact, most of the test books I've looked through, all of the letters are formal. But still, bear this in mind, because you never know. Most of the letters seem to be addressed to an editor or the person in charge of a newspaper, someone who serves on the school board, or a government minister or something like this. And they'll also give you a little task. For example, the Mail will publish readers' responses in next week's paper. Write a letter recommending measures the local council can take to improve the local environment. Start your letter, Dear Editor. What we're going to do now is actually have a look at a model answer of this letter that I wrote up, and I'll be giving you some pointers, some hints while I do so. So here we are. They told us to write to the editor. I start my letter, Dear Editor. After this, I will start on my opening, or kind of introduction if you will, where I'm going to say why I'm writing. I recently read an article that was published in your newspaper about pollution in the local area. I am writing to offer some solutions to this issue, as I believe it is extremely important. See, very quick, 3 or 4 lines just explaining why I'm writing. Now, in the task, it asked us to provide solutions to the problem, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. First of all, the most serious problem is pollution from traffic. So there's my topic sentence telling the examiner or the reader of the email or letter what this paragraph is going to be about, which causes both noise and air pollution. The most effective solution to this problem is to improve public transport. This can be done by increasing the number and frequency of buses, as well as reducing the cost of bus tickets. These measures will encourage people to use buses and will therefore reduce the volume of traffic. So you see, I've stated the problem, I've stated the solution, and I've explained it as well, which is very important, and we'll touch again on that later. So again, I'm going to go on to another problem now. Another issue is litter. There's my topical sentence explaining what the whole paragraph is going to be about. Now I'm going to explain it. In many areas of the city, such as the parks or the sports stadium, there is litter everywhere. The local council should ensure the police issue fines to anyone littering and increase the number of bins in these areas so rubbish can be easily disposed of. And there's more pollution in our area. What's going on? Water pollution is also a problem in the local river, since the factories dump waste into the river. Therefore, the council must take action and make sure factories follow environmental laws. And finally, to finish off my letter, I'm going to put my closing. I look forward to reading the responses in next week's edition on this important issue. And then I'm going to sign off. Yours sincerely, with my full name, Liam Machel. Yeah? Let's go on to some tips, shall we? Read the task carefully. Now this, I think, is one of the most common mistakes students make. They're in an exam, they have a time limit, and they're eager to start writing. And because of this, they'll read the question quickly and start writing. And a lot of the time, they'll maybe include information which isn't relevant, or they'll go completely off the topic. And this is a big problem. Even if you've written a beautiful letter, if you've included the wrong content or information, you're going to get penalized. You're going to lose marks, and that's a fact. So do spend 1 or 2 minutes reading the prompt, reading the task, and underlining exactly what you've got to do here. For example, in the letter that we just looked at, it was fairly straightforward. All we had to do was comment on the problems and the solutions to these problems. That was it. In a lot of other ECC letters, you may have 2 or 3 things that you need to comment on. So make sure you're reading the task. Organize your letter. So any letter or email has 5 parts. Yes, your greeting, dear editor, your opening, where you say why you're writing, your body, which is all the information that you have to include, your closing, and your sign-off, where you say yours sincerely or yours faithfully, and your name, full name in this particular case if it's formal. So remember to organize it. Very, very important. And of course, if you have time, make sure you check over your work. And by this stage you'll know whether you make grammatic errors, whether you need to improve your vocabulary. So make sure you're checking over your time and doing this, because every mistake you find will improve your marks. And let's face it, when we're writing exams or we're writing in a hurry, we all make mistakes. So check over your work. Okay, so I hope this video has been useful, and now you have some idea what the ECC letter writing is all about. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to fire us a comment, and I'll get back as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.